NTIA announces reforms to tribal broadband programs. ACA Connects calls for permitting reform from the FCC. Huge job cuts and store closures by Verizon. A 7-gigawatt AI data center on the drawing board in New Mexico. And the culprit in a widespread internet and cellular outage winds up being one for the birds. Those stories and more on This Week in the Broadband Universe. Hello, everyone, and welcome. I'm Craig Corbin. The National Telecommunications and Information Administration this week announcing reforms designed to cut red tape from tribal broadband programs. The improved flexibility will target both the Tribal Broadband Connectivity Program and the new Digital Equity Competitive Grant Program for tribal communities. A new notice of funding opportunity for that Digital Equity Program will be released next spring, with approximately $500 million in remaining tribal broadband funding available. $2.2 billion has already been awarded through the Tribal Connectivity Program, which was created in 2021. ACA Connects, a voice for hundreds of independent broadband providers and municipalities, will file comments next week with the FCC targeting streamlined broadband infrastructure deployment. Specifically, ACA Connects zeroing in on Section 253 of the Communications Act, which directs the FCC to preempt state and local impediments that prohibit or effectively prohibit telecommunications service. Association members have experienced significant delays, some more than a year, in obtaining construction permits from local governments, many times with no explanation or timeline. ACA Connects is recommending that the FCC adopt shot clocks, requiring state and local agencies to complete permitting applications within reasonable timeframes. And speaking of the FCC, the Commission is providing filing deadline extensions for any filings that were due during the recent government shutdown. FCC Chairman Brendan Carr indicating that the Commission anticipates an exceptionally large number of filings and submissions as the agency resumes normal operations. Deadlines for all filings that would have been due between October 1st through November the 17th will now be extended at least until November 18th. A massive restructuring for Verizon. 15,000 jobs will be cut and approximately 200 stores will be shifted to franchise operations. That according to a report in the Wall Street Journal. Competitive pressure and the third quarter loss of 7,000 postpaid phone subscribers fueling the company's largest single round of restructuring. A group of 7 former FCC chairs and commissioners this week petitioned the commission to stop threatening broadcasters' free speech. The petition, delivered on Thursday, slammed the FCC's attempts to, quote, mold the speech of private broadcasters to the FCC's own view of what is correct, end quote. The petitioners are a bipartisan group who served the agency between 1981 and 2017, including Reagan-era FCC chief Mark Fowler. A land option purchase agreement for 3,500 acres in Lee County, New Mexico, has been signed by New Era Energy and Digital. On the drawing board, a 7-gigawatt AI data center campus to be powered by natural gas and nuclear energy. The site expected to support more than 2 gigawatts of natural gas generation, along with a 5-gigawatt nuclear installation. The site was selected in part due to proximity to major gas transmission lines, existing power infrastructure, water resources, and high-speed fiber connectivity. Engineering work will begin within the month. Initial power delivery at the site expected by 2028. The Disney YouTube TV blackout now forcing loyal viewers of Monday Night Football and Dancing with the Stars to get creative in order to watch their favorite programming. According to an article in the Wall Street Journal, one Nashville area resident gained access to the over-the-air signal from a local ABC affiliate by using a paperclip stuck into his television's coax port. He was able to get a good enough signal that he was able to watch the Cardinals and Cowboys on Monday Night Football. Sales of more traditional antennas have gotten a little bump in the last couple of weeks, with no end in sight to the rights fees dispute between Disney and YouTube TV. Well, no surprise that sports content will always be at or near the top of viewing choices, both for linear broadcasters and streaming services. According to the State of Streaming report by Samba TV, the top 5 broadcasts were NFL playoff games and the Super Bowl last year. The report showing that viewers spent 60% of their time watching streaming content and 40% on linear TV. And finally, a rather unique cause for the widespread internet and cell service outage affecting western Wyoming this week. 911 dispatch and electronic payment processing also impacted. Wind River Telecommunications crews were able to trace the problem to a location north of Riverton, Wyoming. And what they found was not a weather or construction-related issue. What they did find was that roughly 80 feet of bright orange fiber optic cable had been pulled from an open trench by a raven in order to decorate its nest in a nearby cottonwood tree. All's well, service was restored in a matter of just hours. And the company is adding protective caps and raven deterrent reflectors. Wildlife officials did confirm the bird will not be relocated. And as to whether that 80-foot length of fiber optic cable will be returned, quote the raven, nevermore. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time on This Week in the Broadband Universe.